Hello everyone, welcome to the Decodes. So in this video, we're going to see how to delete a node from the end of a linked list. So in the last video, we have talked about rigorously about deleting a node from the beginning of a linked list. Now in this video, what is our target? To delete the last node, to delete this node. So before seeing all these codes and all the functions and all the details, let us understand from the very basic part, or let us try to draw a diagram in your head that how it is actually done. Suppose say we want to delete this node. We want to delete this particular node. So to delete this last node, what should be done? It is really simple, right? If we want to omit it out, what we have talked about in the last video, that sometimes deleting is not enough, or every time deleting is not enough, we need to free the memory as well. But before freeing, how to delete this one first? If we want to simply omit it out, that means what? That means this 30 with the node which is containing the value 30 will be the last node, because this 40 node will no longer exist. So if this node has to become the last node of the linked list, if this 40 has to omit out, in that case, what is the thing? How do we specify that is the end of a linked list, that is the last node of a linked list? This particular address part should contain null, right? If this particular address path is containing null, what is 5200? 5200 is nothing but the address of the last node. This is the address of the last node. So if this particular node is no more there, so in that case, this should be, if this is null, if we are writing this as null, what does it specify? There is no more node. It is storing null. That means it is not holding the address of any more node, right? So it will not be there by default, right? So that's why you need to understand what you need to do. Simply in our terms, in our visualization purpose, we can say, if we somehow make this 5200 as null, then this particular thing will not exist at all. Then we need to free the memory and all these things we will be doing. But for the time being, this is for the visualization purpose, right? This thing should be null. That should be in your mind. Now see, here we will be needing 2 pointers. Okay, because you have seen for the say previous cases or something like that, in case of insertion, we were using one temporary pointer, say start temp, to make sure that we traverse the list for say inserting at the end or inserting at any position. Again, for deleting a node from the beginning, we have used the temp but for different purpose, but to store the value of head so that we can free the memory. Here we will be using 2 pointers, temp and prev. What is the motive? The motive is because before deleting the last node, someone must point to null. That is, before deleting this particular node, someone means this particular node should point to null. At least one node should hold the null. What does that null specify? Null actually says this is the end of the linked list. Just like head holds the address of the say first node of the linked list, similarly null specifies this is the last node of the linked list. Like that, right? So that's why we'll be using 2 pointers. How and why we will be seeing in depth whenever we'll be talking about this in-depth code. Now you see the function, that is this particular function, how to write the whole code. I have written it in C language so that you get absolute full flavor of this thing. So by the end of this video, by the next 5 to 10 minutes, you'll be understanding every part of it, line by line. So see what we are doing. We are writing a function, void delete end, right? Why it is void? Suppose you are trying to delete something. So it should not, or even if it doesn't return anything, it is fine, right? So we have taken void as a return type and the name of the function is delete from end, right? So we are trying to delete something from the end of the linked list, delete the last node from the end of the linked list. Okay, now see what we are checking. The first condition we are checking, if head equals to null. What does it mean? If head equals to null, what does it specify? So for the time being, I hope that you all can visualize this thing in your brain, because if you have seen the last 4 or 5 videos, it should be in your mind right now. Whenever head equals to null, that means there is no node at all so far in the linked list. There is 0 node. So if head equals to null, if head is not holding any address, if head is holding any address, what is that address? Address of the first node. But if head is not holding any address, that means there is no first node at all. And if there is no first node, there is no concept of first, second, third, anything, right? So the linked list is empty. So if head is equals to null, simply print empty cannot delete. Because if head equals to null, there is no node, and if there is no node, how can we delete a node from the end of the linked list? There is no concept of linked list at all. There is no concept of nodes at all. So how can you say delete from the end of a linked list, right? So we are checking this condition. So what is this condition for? This is to check no node condition. No node condition. This condition is for no node. That is no node at all. The linked list is empty, or say empty condition, whatever you want to write, whatever you want to think in your brain, right? The next part is this one. See this, what we are checking. If head arrow next equals to null. Here we are checking head equals to null. That means it is empty. What do we mean by head arrow next equals to null? That means head is not empty. Head is holding some value. For an example, say head is not empty. Say suppose head is say 1000. That means head is having some value. If it is 1000, there should be a node that is present at 1000, right? Suppose the value is say 50, right? Suppose the value is say 50. Now head arrow next. What is this? Head is holding here. So head arrow data part is this, and head arrow next part is this. So this should be null. This should be null. It is saying this. Head arrow next equals to null. So head means 1000. So go to 1000 memory location, and this next part is this one. So put null here. So if head arrow next equals to null, that means this diagram satisfies this condition. That means what this condition is for? When there is only one node. This is when there is zero node. This is simply zero node, and this simply is nothing but when only one node. When only one node, then only head arrow next equals to null. I hope you are getting this point from this diagram, right? Now see, if head arrow next equals to null, what will you do? What is our target? To delete from the end. That means there is only one node. This will be deleted. So to delete this, what we can do? We simply need to make sure that head is becoming null. If we can remove this 1000 and if we can make head as null, then that node will be deleted and the linked list will be empty, because there is only one node. If we remove that, the linked list becomes empty. Exactly, that is what we are doing. We are freeing head. That is, whatever head is holding, we are freeing that. Then we are making head equals to null. So head is becoming null, as well as this memory location is now free, or say this now available to be used for some other purposes, right? So this is what we are doing. Whenever head arrow next equals to null, if there is only one node, we are freeing the head, as well as we are making head equals to null. Whenever head equals to null, so it goes back to this condition. That means if there is zero node, we are saying empty and we cannot delete. But if there is one node, we can delete. But whenever we are deleting this head is becoming null, obviously, because from one node it is becoming zero node. If zero node, head equals to null specifies it doesn't have any node anymore. So from here it goes here. If you think like that, whenever you are deleting, if this condition is satisfying, so from here it is going back here, right? Suppose say you have a linked list of one node and you are trying to delete, then it will be hitting this condition first. After hitting this condition, the linked list will become like this. Then if you try to again delete, this will hit this condition, and this will say empty, can't delete. So you need to visualize like this in your brain, right? I hope you have got the point. This is for zero node, this is for one node, right? Now see the general case. General case means suppose there are some nodes available or more than one nodes available, right? From more than one node, that is from two nodes to infinite nodes, this particular logic will work, right? Now see what we are doing. Struct node start temp. As we have seen or said, we need two variables, or say two pointers, temp and prev. That is temp and prev. Temp is holding the value of head and prev is holding the value of null, or say prev is storing null for the time being and temp is taking the value of head. What is head? If you see from this diagram, head is nothing but 1000. Head is nothing but 1000. And say prev is by default null for the first case. What we are trying to do? We are trying to delete the last node, or say the node that is holding 40. Right? Now see what we are doing. While temp arrow next not equals to null. So what is our target? We need to somehow make sure we are reaching this point, because our target is to make this one as null. Correct? So see what we are doing. While temp arrow next not equals to null. What is temp? Temp is 1000. So temp arrow next, that is go to 1000 location and see the next part. So it becomes 1200. So first it becomes 1200. And that is not equals to null. So satisfied. So prev equals to temp. Prev equals to temp. What is prev? Prev was initially null. Now the value of prev is getting updated by the value of temp. So what was the value of temp? So prev is equals to, what is the value of temp? 1000. So it is 1000. This is nothing but, this value is nothing but temp arrow next. This is nothing but temp arrow next, this value. And what is the value of temp? So far the temp was 1000. So prev is becoming 1000. Now see the next line. Temp becomes temp arrow next. So what is the temp? So temp is equals to temp arrow next. What is the value of temp arrow next? 1200. 1200. That means what it is doing? What temp is doing? Temp is giving its value to the prev, and then itself it is becoming one step ahead. The next address. It is doing like that. Now if you see, temp is equals to 1200 now. Now again checking while temp arrow next. So go to 1200 and see the next part. So go to 1200 and see the next part. You will be finding 1111. So now it is temp arrow next is nothing but 1111. And again it is not null. This condition is satisfying. So prev equals to temp. So what is the value of temp now? 1200. So this prev becomes 1200. Right? And temp equals to temp arrow next. So what is temp? Temp was 1200. Temp was 1200. Now temp arrow next. 1200 arrow next. That is 1111. That is nothing but 1111. Right? Now it goes back and it checks temp arrow next not equals to null. Which is temp arrow next? Go to 1111 location and see the next part. That is 5200. So temp arrow next is nothing but 5200. Right? And it is not equals to null. Satisfying. So prev equals to temp. What is the value of temp? 1111. So this particular thing becomes 1111. And temp equals to temp arrow next. What is the value of temp arrow next? 5200. So this particular thing becomes 5200. So we are traversing. Now see what will happen. Now the value of temp is 5200. Now the value of temp is 5200. Right? So it will be trying to check temp arrow next not equals to null. So what is temp arrow next? Go to 5200 location and see the next part. So it is null. So this particular temp arrow next becomes null. Temp arrow next becomes null. Right? So whenever it becomes null, this particular while loop doesn't satisfy. This particular while loop doesn't satisfy anymore. So what will happen? This will not go inside. So it is the last value of prev. The last value of prev is this one. And what is the last value of temp? The last value of temp is this one. See, whenever it was unable to go inside and update or modify this value anymore, the last time the value that is being stored for prev is this. The last value this temp is storing is this. Correct? And it cannot go inside while loop because it has become null. It has become null. I hope you are getting this absolutely, right? So this is the last value that used to have stored. Now what I am saying that we need two pointers temp and prev because this prev before deleting the last node someone must point to null. Right? So this prev will play a handy role. How? Now see what is happening. Now prev arrow next equals to null. We are doing prev arrow next equals to null. What is the meaning? What is prev? 1111. So go to this 1111 location and the next part, this next part you give null. So that's what it is saying because before deleting the last node someone must point to null. So this prev is holding that particular node which next part should be containing null. As simple as that. It is not going to in the last node. It is taking last but one. Right? And it is in the next part it is storing or it will be used to store the null. So what it is doing? What is prev? Prev is nothing but 1111. So go to that 1111 and in the next part, that is 1111 next part means this one, 1111 next part. So modify this value or change the value and give it null. Give it null, right? So that's how it is happening after this line. After this line, this is what the change is happening. I hope you have got it, right? And what is this temp will be used for? Temp is holding 5200. What is the 5200? The location of the last node. So whenever we have deleted one node, we need to make sure even if it is deleted, whenever we have said null, this connection is already lost. This connection is already lost. But this particular thing is existing at that memory location. But if the connection is lost, if we do not need, if we need to delete this, then you cannot make it stay here and waste the memory. As I have said, if someone has occupied a hotel room, if that particular person say went away without checking out, then that's a waste of the room. The manager might think that room is not available for other say customer, right? Same way, the link is not there. It is not a part anymore. If you want to traverse, it will be printing 10, 20, 30, not 40. But up to this part, this is the picture. But whenever you are writing free temp, which is temp is holding 5200, this part, whenever you are writing free function, what it will do? It will do this. It will do this. right? Now it is absolutely done. Neither it is existing nor the memory has been wasted. So the memory is free for use for the other purposes. So that is exactly how this particular deletion node from end of a linked list is working, right? Now if you see, you might have a question. So I hope whatever you have talked about made absolute sense to you and you have understood everything. Now you might have a question that why? Okay, we understood that why you are using this, because if the linked list is empty, how can you delete? There might be some problems, so we are using this condition. But why we are using this condition? Why we are using, or why you are checking for one node? Why you are not using this in general condition for one node? See, if there is only one node and if you are trying to in generalize this particular thing for this case, see what will happen. Temp equals to head, so temp will by default hold the value of head. I am talking about this condition and I am saying that suppose this is not available. We haven't written this part of code. We are trying to tackle one node using this concept. So see what is the problem. Now what will happen? Temp equals to head, so temp is holding 1000, cool. Prev equals to null, cool. Now if you see, temp arrow next not equals to null. So what is this temp arrow next is holding? 1000 arrow next, go to 1000 and next part is null. So this particular while loop will not get executed at all, because it will be temp arrow next, first time it will be null. Temp is 1000, so go to 1000 and in the next part it will be saying null straight away. So this particular while loop will never execute. So it will come here and it will be trying to do prev arrow next equals to null. So what is prev? Prev is not modified at all, so it is null, because prev will be modified once it can go inside this while loop, but it cannot go if there is only one node. If cannot go inside this while loop at all, right? If it cannot go inside this while loop, this prev value will never be modified. So if it is not modified, this particular line becomes prev is equals to null, so it is nothing but null arrow next equals to null. Doesn't make any sense, right? It will be causing problems. It will be causing problems. I hope you are understanding, because this prev value was initially null and prev value was modified inside this only. But if you are unable to go inside while loop, when there is one node, it is unable to go inside while loop. And if it is unable to go, the prev value is never modified. If the prev value is not modified, it is staying null. So that means this particular line becomes null and next equals to null. And it doesn't make any sense. It will cause a lot of problem. So that's why we need to write two ifs, one for 0 node, one for 1 node. And this is for in general for 2 to n nodes. Right? So that is everything you needed to know about how to end or how to say delete a node from the end of a linked list. And what is the time complexity? Because it is almost traversing, it need to go till almost the end. The temp is almost traversed till end, right? So it is nothing but order of n. So that is every single detail you needed to know about how to delete a node from the end of a linked list. So I hope whatever you have said made absolute sense to you. And in the next video, we'll be talking about how to delete a node from any position of a linked list. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next videos.